once again.
What up, guys? It is your boy JJ Styles, the In Touch One Live, back at again with another video with WrestleMania predictions. God bless all y'all. First match, which is probably going on right now, because I'm doing my predictions right now at 6 o'clock Eastern Time in Massachusetts. Drew Gulak versus Cesaro, the kickoff show. I am going for Cesaro to take the win. Well, I want Cesaro to win, but I want Cesaro to win because Cesaro really needs to win in WrestleMania. But most likely they might give it to Drew Gulak since Drew Gulak lost from Daniel Bryan. Okay, next match. The Kabuki Warriors versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross was already women tag team champions before, I think. Yeah. But I'm going with the Kabuki Warriors to retain. And this is on the kickoff show. I don't think Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss is gonna win. I don't really want them to win. I want the Kabuki Warriors to win, and I think they're gonna win. Otis versus Dolph Ziggler. I think Otis is by himself in this. I don't think on the picture it shows Otis by himself. It doesn't show Tucker with him, but I want Otis to win. But I think they're gonna give it to, Dolph Ziggler to win. Even though I wish Otis and Tucker would have got a WrestleMania match against The Miz and John Morrison, or The Miz and John Morrison, instead of them becoming a tag team, John Morrison faces The Miz in a 1-on-1. But that didn't happen. But anyways, I want Otis to win, but I think WWE is gonna make Dolph Ziggler win for WrestleMania. But who knows? Otis could win. Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania. My prediction is, I think Aleister Black is gonna win, and I want him to win. But at the same time, I want Lashley to win because Lashley needs to win at WrestleMania like a spear. But if Lashley wins, their rivalry is gonna go on after a while. So I want Aleister Black to win, but I think they might give it to Bobby Lashley. But I want either way. I wouldn't mind. This is like a 50-50. Like I want Lashley to win and I want Aleister Black to win. It doesn't really matter to me because whoever wins, the rivalry is gonna go on until like 2 months or like until Extreme Rules. So Aleister Black or Lashley, I don't really care about that match that much. So either one wins, I'm fine with. Elias versus Baron Corbin. This is easy. I am going with Baron. No, not Baron Corbin. I am going with Elias. Elias needs to win at WrestleMania. He needs a pay-per-view win. He needs to build himself up. He needs a championship win. So I'm going with Elias. I think they're going to give it to Elias. Baron Corbin beat Kurt Angle, what was it, last year or the year before? Forget King Corbin. The Street Profits versus Austin Theory and Angel Garza. I think the Street Profits are going to win because since Andrade ain't in this match, I think Andrade is injured or sick, or he has a United States title match against Humberto Carrillo. I'm not sure. I gotta look it up. But I'm going with the Street Profits to retain this match, and they're gonna retain. I'm going with them to retain, and I think they're gonna win, and I want them to win. Street Profits all the way. John Morrison versus Jimmy Uso versus Kofi Kingston. I'm going with John Morrison because The Miz is, even though he's sick, he can't be in this match, and it wouldn't be fair. John Morrison by himself versus everybody else in the tag team. I want John Morrison to win, and I think he's gonna win. But at the same time, I think they might give it to Jimmy Uso to win the SmackDown tag titles, and then John Morrison. But I think John Morrison's gonna win because this is John Morrison's single competition match. He's by himself versus Kofi and Jimmy Uso. They just announced that like an hour ago, and I think John Morrison is gonna win. I think he's gonna do high flying moves with Kofi Kingston, especially the Usos. They all high flyers. Well, John Morrison, he's a great high flyer, and Kofi Kingston. I remember when they had matches back in the day, 2010, 2011, 2009. They went at it. good matches. Uso, he's a high flyer too, so this is gonna be a great match. I think John Morrison is gonna win, and I want him to win. John Morrison. Daniel Bryan versus Sami Zayn. I want Sami Zayn to win. I want him to win, and I think he's gonna win. I don't think WWE is gonna give it to Daniel Bryan, but at the same time, there's a possibility that Sami Zayn could have a short reign, and that's just making the Intercontinental title irrelevant because it's bad enough that Braun Strowman lost it for Sami Zayn, but I think Sami Zayn is gonna win. He's gonna get his 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 payback to Daniel Bryan. He's gonna get his payback because Daniel Bryan made him tap out when Daniel Bryan returned for WrestleMania when he was with Shane McMahon versus him and Kevin Owens. But I think Sami Zayn is gonna win, and I want him to win. But it's gonna be a good match. Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. I'm going with Kevin Owens to win, and I think he's gonna win. I don't think they're gonna give it to Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins has been winning too many WrestleManias, and it's not a good idea. I don't think he's gonna win. I want him to win, even though I'm glad Seth Rollins is a heel and stuff like that. Even though Seth Rollins, he lost from Kevin Owens when he was a heel. So, there's a possibility that I also think that they might give Seth Rollins the win because, Seth Rollins does need a win over Kevin Owens because Kevin Owens beat Seth a lot of times in the past. And Seth Rollins beat Kevin Owens in the past too, kind of. But I want Kevin Owens to win. I think he's going to win. But at the same time, I think they might give it to Seth. But I'm pretty confident they're gonna give it to Kevin Owens. So Kevin Owens for the win. NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. This match I'm going with Ripley to win because she's gonna retain her title at WrestleMania and she's gonna keep it and she's gonna go to WrestleMania. And I think Rhea Ripley is gonna have. I think Charlotte Flair is gonna have some help from her dad. So I think most likely I think Charlotte Flair is gonna win and go back to NXT, but I really want Rhea Ripley to win. But most likely they're gonna give it to Charlotte Flair. So my predictions: Rhea Ripley, but most likely WWE is gonna choose Charlotte Flair. SmackDown Women's Title: Bayley versus Sasha Banks versus Lacey Evans versus Tamina and Naomi. This match, I am going with Sasha Banks, and my second pick to go with to win is Tamina Snuka. But who I think is gonna win, I think Lacey Evans. They're gonna give it to Lacey Evans, or they're gonna give it to Tamina to win, and then Sasha Banks could feud with Tamina. But at the same time, I think they're gonna give it to Sasha Banks because they want Sasha Banks versus Bayley at SummerSlam. Not only one match, they're gonna want them again. They want them face each other again at SummerSlam. So I think Bayley might retain, but at the same time, I feel like Sasha Banks is gonna win. I want her to win, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna win. And if she does win, she's gonna have a long rivalry with Bayley until SummerSlam. And SummerSlam, Bayley probably, end the rivalry and then have a short reign against, I don't know. But I'm going with Sasha Banks, and I want Shayna Baszler versus Becky Lynch. I am going with Becky Lynch to win. And Shayna Baszler. I think Shayna Baszler is gonna win a little bit because supposedly Ronda Rousey is supposed to return and cost Becky Lynch the match, and the other 4 horsewomen of the UFC is gonna interrupt in this match. But at the same time, I feel like Shayna Baszler is gonna win. Shayna Baszler, I'm changing my prediction. Shayna Baszler is gonna win tonight, but I think they might give it to Becky to win, so she could be a year champion, but also get beat up by Ronda Rousey, and Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler and the other 2 women from UFC, I forgot their name, but they in NXT, they beat up Becky Lynch. And then Sasha Banks and Bayley comes out, even though they're having a little rivalry, they're gonna come out with Charlotte Flair in the long run. But I feel like Shayna Baszler is gonna win because of Ronda Rousey, and then they're gonna beat up Becky Lynch, and then after the rivalry with Becky and Bayley, they're gonna put their differences aside. They're gonna call Charlotte Flair. Then at SummerSlam, SummerSlam in the summer or Survivor Series, we're gonna have the 4 horsewomen of WWE versus the 4 horsewomen of UFC and NXT. Well, 4 horsewomen of UFC. So yeah, I'm going with Shayna Baszler. I think they're gonna give it to her, but I really want Becky to win. So either way, I'm fine. Whoever wins, Edge versus Randy Orton. I am going with Edge, and I think Edge is gonna win because it's gonna suck if they make Edge lose his first night matchup with no audience. Even though there's no audience for WrestleMania, they should cancel WrestleMania and do it for like at least June. But there's other pay-per-views. But anyways, I think Edge is gonna win, and I think Edge is gonna win, and I want him to win. It's gonna be a great match. Edge might get injured in this match, and Randy could win and injure his neck, but I feel like Edge is gonna be the one to injure Randy, and Randy is probably gonna take some time off and come back later, probably for 2 months, and come back at SummerSlam and face Edge at SummerSlam and beat Edge at SummerSlam, because Edge signed a 3-year contract, so Edge is gonna be in the WWE for a while. He's gonna face a lot of superstars: AJ Styles, Cruiserweights, Andrade, Rey Mysterio, a lot of people. So I want Edge to win, and I think they're gonna give it to Edge to win. But they also could give it to Randy because so Randy could win, and then Edge could win with a live audience. John Cena versus The Fiend. I'm going with The Fiend to win. I want him to win, and he will win. He will beat John Cena, even though John Cena, lost. I mean, John Cena beat Bray Wyatt from WrestleMania before, but I feel like The Fiend is going to win this match. Even though I wanted The Fiend versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, or even The Undertaker at WrestleMania instead of AJ Styles versus The Undertaker. But anyways, what I'm saying is Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, is going to win. But I think WWE, Vince McMahon, since he loves John Cena so much, they're going to make John Cena bury The Fiend, and I'm going to be mad. And then The Fiend character is just going to be boring, and then they're going to end that character. And then Bray Wyatt is probably going to leave WWE, not leave WWE, like take time off or even leave WWE and go to AEW. But I want Bray to win, and he's going to win tonight. And if they give it to Cena, I'm going to be mad. Even though I don't mind Cena. Even though Cena does need a WrestleMania win because he lost from The Undertaker a year ago or two. AJ Styles versus The Undertaker. I want AJ Styles to win, and I think AJ Styles or Undertaker might win. Because Undertaker could take this match, but I feel like AJ Styles is going to win, and I feel like when AJ Styles buries Undertaker in this match, not bury him like in a 3-second match, but like beat The Undertaker, I feel like this is going to be Undertaker's last match. I feel like, because we need somebody to retire The Undertaker. Like, I understand Edge returned and he retired and stuff like that, but I feel like somebody needs to retire The Undertaker. I know Undertaker's tired of wrestling too a little bit. It just he goes because Vince McMahon and him, they talk and stuff like that. But I feel like this might be Undertaker's last match. I feel like it might be his last match, and he's just going to announce retirement soon. Or SummerSlam might be his last match. But I want AJ Styles to win, and I think he's going to win. But most likely, I also think Undertaker's going to win. Either way, I'm fine with whoever wins. Well, I mostly want AJ to win. Goldberg versus Braun Strowman. I'm going with Goldberg to win. I don't think the WWE is going to squash. I think WWE is going to squash Braun Strowman at WrestleMania because they really wanted Roman to beat Goldberg because that's a dream match. That's a better dream match than Braun Strowman. Even though Braun Strowman did get speared by Goldberg and Roman Reigns in 2017 on Raw when Roman Reigns and Goldberg was in the same ring together and they both did a double spear on Braun Strowman. So I'm thinking they might give it to Braun Strowman. Then Roman Reigns is going to return after, COVID-19 ends and stuff like that. And it's going to be a SummerSlam match against Braun Strowman. And then Goldberg returns. He wants his rematch again. And then it becomes a triple threat between Braun Strowman and Goldberg and Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns comes out on top at SummerSlam. A triple threat match at SummerSlam. But then there's going to be a one-on-one match with Braun. But I feel like Braun might win this and hold it for a while. But the Universal title red would look better on Braun than the blue Universal title. But I want Goldberg to win, and I think he's going to win. But at the same time, I think they might give it to Braun. But then lose to Roman. And then have a triple threat at SummerSlam with Goldberg. Braun versus Roman versus Goldberg. But I want Goldberg to win, and I think he's going to win. Because Goldberg needs a win at WrestleMania. Because he lost from Brock when he was, defending it. I feel like he should win by retaining it. Goldberg is cool. Last match, Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre. This match could go either way. I'm going with Drew McIntyre to win. Even though there's no audience, I feel like Vince McMahon I think they're gonna give it to Brock because since there's no audience, they want Drew McIntyre to win it with audience, and they think the COVID-19 will end by the summer. So at SummerSlam, Drew McIntyre will face Brock Lesnar again and beat Brock Lesnar and win with a live audience. And I think SummerSlam is gonna be in New York again or someplace else. I'm not sure, but anyways, that's what I think they might do. But who I want to win, is Drew McIntyre, and I think they're gonna give it to him. Even though there's no audience, I think they're gonna give it to him. Even though Drew McIntyre is gonna win, and I hope he wins. But I think they might give it to Brock, but they should give it to Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre for the win. I think he's gonna win, and I think they're gonna give it to him. There's a slight chance, they could give it to Brock, but Drew McIntyre for the win. Claymore, 1, 2, 3. So that is my predictions for WrestleMania for today and tomorrow, because since it's a 2-day thing. So please subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next one. I see you guys in the next video. This is a great WrestleMania prediction. God bless you guys. Message me in the comments. Hopefully the comments are on, or message me on Instagram how to take out disable the comments. But see you guys in the next video. Hope you like my predictions. I was kind of talking fast, but see you guys in the next one.